Star Wars fans, new rumors suggest that Episode 2 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is going to have a second ending, featuring the one, the only, the chosen one himself, Darth Vader, in a bacta-tank. Now, this might explain why it got pushed back 2 days to May 27th, and we're going to be getting the first 2 episodes on the opening day, because there's going to be a crazy cliffhanger with a second ending in that second episode, featuring Darth Vader himself. So let's get right into all this crazy stuff right now. What's up, guys? Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars here. So today we're talking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, finally. Some new stuff on the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. A leaked, whatever you want to call it, has suggested that there is a second ending at the end of Episode 2. So as I was saying before, we're getting the first 2 episodes on May 27th now. The original release date was just 1 episode on May 25th. It got pushed back 2 days, and now we're getting 2 episodes on May 27th, which is a Friday. At first, I didn't really know if I liked the delay of the first episode to have 2 episodes on May 27th. I didn't really like it at first because they're squishing the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Let it branch out for 6 weeks. Now we're only getting 5 weeks of Obi-Wan, and I didn't really know how I felt about it. Now, knowing that there might be a second ending at the end of the second episode, I am way more for it. If Darth Vader's not in the first 2 episodes and he shows up in a second ending at the end of the second episode, I am perfectly okay with the first 2 episodes coming out at the same time. Think about it. It's May 27th. You just woke up at 3 a.m. if you're on the East Coast to watch the new Obi-Wan Kenobi show. First 2 episodes. You get through it, you see some Inquisitors, you see Obi-Wan, you see a young Luke Skywalker, and then at the very end, you get a crazy cliffhanger of Darth Vader. Now, this is going to be Hayden Christensen in the bacta-tank. This is going to be Darth Vader out of his suit in a bacta-tank, and it's going to be Hayden Christensen's first appearance as Darth Vader since all the way back in 2005, over 17 years ago. But the way this scene is going to go down is it's going to zoom in on Darth Vader in this bacta-tank, and his eyes are going to open. He has felt the presence of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So Obi-Wan has cut himself off from the Force after Order 66 on Tatooine. He's trying to lay low so that the Empire doesn't find him, and Darth Vader doesn't find him or sense him in the Force, or all that stuff. So he's pretty much cut himself off. He's like Luke Skywalker on Oct 2 in The Last Jedi. He's completely cut himself off from the Force. But at the end of Episode 2, he's going to have to save somebody. Rumor has it might be Leia Organa, a younger Leia. But he's going to have to use the Force to do something at the end of Episode 2, to save somebody, to save himself maybe even. And him using the Force, getting that connection to the Force, maybe even having a conversation with Qui-Gon through the Force, is going to be enough for Darth Vader to sense him. So he's going to wake up in that bacta-tank like, boom, and it's going to just be a huge cliffhanger, and you have to wait till next week. So like I just mentioned, we might be seeing Leia Organa in this show. A young Leia, like we'll see a young Luke. You might see a young Luke in the first episode and a young Leia in the second episode. And then, of course, it's going to go from there to the greatest rematch of the century, Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan. Other rumors have suggested that there's going to be 2 fight scenes between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Not just one, it's not just the rematch of the century, it's the rematches of the century. So what I'm kind of saying is that there could be a first fight in Episode 3. After the cliffhanger on Episode 2, you get an actual fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in Episode 3, and that ends probably with Obi-Wan losing maybe, or maybe he has to flee, or maybe Qui-Gon comes to him and says run or something, who knows, and then Obi-Wan goes and trains, tries to find out a weakness, tries to figure out what the heck's going on. Is that really Anakin? Is Vader really Anakin? Is Anakin really still alive? He thought he died on Mustafar. Who knows what's going to happen in that Episode 4 and 5, but then in Episode 6 it'll probably be, boom, the biggest rematch, the greatest choreography you'll ever see. Anakin versus Obi-Wan, the rematch of the century. Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan Kenobi. Who knows where, who knows how, who knows why, but it's going to be awesome, and it's going to give more meaning to the lines in A New Hope and make more sense of the lines in A New Hope. Like when Darth Vader says to Obi-Wan, when I left you. We know that Obi-Wan left Darth Vader on Mustafar, burning alive. So Vader did not leave him, so that line is clearly wrong. So now the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is going to end with Vader leaving him. We don't know why. Why would Vader leave him and not kill him? We don't know. But it's going to be explained in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, so get hyped for it. So Vader is sensing Obi-Wan through the Force. Now, I'm guessing Vader's not on Tatooine or right outside of Tatooine, so him sensing him through the Force would be pretty hard to do. You can't really sense somebody through the Force if they're really, really far away unless something big happened. Unless Obi-Wan's doing something crazy, like absolutely crazy with the Force, I don't see how Darth Vader could feel him through the Force. He must do something absolutely insane, and there must just be this huge burst of the Force that Vader can feel. Vader can feel it. Maybe he's close by in a ship. Who knows what's going on? Or maybe it's the Inquisitors just calling him. Maybe Obi-Wan is just beating up the Inquisitors, and he's getting a phone call. He's in the back of the tank. It's like, ring, ring, ring. Hey, Lord Vader. This guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi, he wants to talk to you. And he's like, I just beat up on all your Inquisitors. Come at me, bro. Who knows? Who knows how this is going down? But what we think is going to happen is the second ending is going to be Darth Vader in a back to tank, opening his eyes, realizing that Kenobi's alive and he's somewhere nearby, or he's somewhere where he can sense him. It's going to be the rematch of the century. So tell me in the comments below, do you think this is the reason why we're getting the first 2 episodes on opening night? Do you think on May 27th we're getting the first 2 episodes because of the second ending? People really want to see Vader right off the bat, so they didn't want to have a whole 2 weeks without Vader. So they made it just one day. You're going to see Vader, and you're going to get so hyped that you can't wait for the next episode. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think's going on? Do you think that these rumors are correct? Do you think that this second ending is true? Do you think that Obi-Wan has cut himself off from the Force like Luke Skywalker did on Arc 2? Tell me in the comments below. Smash like if you like this video, hit subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And my pretty face will show up in that recommended feed of yours. So, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is right around the corner. And a second ending in the second episode of Darth Vader would be absolutely insane. Fans would absolutely lose their minds. Everybody would start crying. And then we'd see the rematch of the century just a few days later. And maybe that's only one of the 2 rematches of the century. This is going to be insane, and I can't wait. And I'm sure you can't either. So may the Force be with you. Always.